A band of pirates stumbles into a forbidden land, cursed and sealed for 3 millennia, infested with ancient evils. Before they can make sense of their surroundings, ghostly claws rip through a mirror, dragging each crew member inside. One man is left, frozen in horror, his skin pale as ash. To re-establish dominance, their merciless captain, Kane, shoots a deserter without hesitation. He follows it with a deadly warning to the rest. But even as the threat leaves his lips, a massive door behind him creaks open ominously. Suspicious, Kane strides inside without hesitation. Just as he hoped, glittering soulstones litter the floor. His favorite kind of loot. But as he begins plotting his haul, the door slams shut with a deafening thud. Moments later, screams ring out, the rest of his crew is being slaughtered. Kane pauses, possibly mourning them for all of 3 seconds before turning his full attention back to the treasure. He scoops a handful of golden coins, their weight giving him a dark sense of satisfaction. Suddenly, a dried corpse materializes before him, its hollow skull weeping black ooze. The air chills. Ice crawls along the walls with a speed the naked eye can follow. Kane exhales slowly, then black shadows burst forth, encircling him with piercing cries, like spirits hungry for revenge. The shadows twist and pull together, forming a dark throne, from which emerges a cloaked demon envoy. His face shrouded in shadows. Sensing danger, Kane draws his weapon. But his arrogance blinds him, his strength is useless here. With a single motion, the envoy pins Kane to the floor with invisible force. Once feared as a ruthless pirate lord, Kane now kneels like a helpless servant. The envoy finally speaks. Kane protests, he never made any pact. But the envoy reveals the truth, by killing for jewels, Kane damned his soul long ago. Now the time has come to collect. Still, Kane refuses to accept it. The envoy summons a flaming blade from the pits of hell. As it falls, Kane breaks free just in time, blocking it with his dagger. He snarls, declaring his soul belongs to no one unless he wills it. But he's clearly outmatched, dodging blows, desperately searching for escape. In a final act of defiance, he dives through a stained glass window, disappearing into the sea. 1 year later, Kane, having survived the encounter, returns to England. He hides in a remote monastery, trading his fortune for sanctuary and divine mercy. Haunted by fear, he carves crosses into his skin and onto every wall. Still, peace eludes him each night, his dreams pull him back into hell. The priest senses an unholy force growing stronger. He prays for a sign, and receives one. Kane's destiny lies beyond these walls. If Kane stays, doom will follow. The priest commands him to leave, to embrace his fate. But for a man hunted by demons, escape is an illusion. It's then that Kane understands, salvation won't come from hiding. He gathers his belongings, and sets off seeking redemption. Outside, the land is still at war. The air reeks of charred flesh. Soon after, 3 bandits corner him. They take everything, finding only strange symbols among his things. Assuming he's a warlock, they beat him and prepare to burn him. But Kane doesn't resist, he knows, if he kills again, the demon will return. Luckily, fate intervenes, a kind family rescues him, William and his kin. At the river, William's daughter Meredith sees the marks on Kane's body. She's not afraid, she's curious. The family is genuine and kind. Their warmth stirs something long dormant in Kane. He remembers his father's favoritism, how his brother inherited everything, leaving Kane to drift. War turned him into a thief, a fate he never wanted. Touched by William's generosity, Kane vows to repay them. Later, they reach a village filled with corpses, clearly a demon attack. In the ruins, they find a small girl. She looks fragile, helpless, everyone pities her. But Kane sees something wrong. He reveals a cross. Her eyes shift, no longer childlike. She grabs Meredith's hand. "You're the one we've been looking for," she says. A black sigil scorches itself into Meredith's skin. The child vanishes, replaced by a hideous witch. She tells Kane the demons await him. Then rises into the sky, scattering into a murder of crows. Kane believes the worst is over, but it's just beginning. He stares at the cursed mark on Meredith's palm, dread gnaws at him. Soon after, possessed humans attack, capturing William's family. A masked rider arrives, targeting Meredith. Kane intervenes. To provoke him, the possessed slaughter William's family. Consumed by fury, Kane raises his arms to heaven, crying out to God. Soul be damned, he no longer cares. He lunges into battle, steals a blade, and carves through his enemies. The attackers flee in terror. But in the chaos, the masked figure abducts Meredith, sacking her in a cloak and vanishing. Her brother tries to save her, but is stabbed through the heart. Kane slaughters the last of the possessed. Then gives chase, but can't outrun the rider. Forced to turn back. William is dying, barely breathing. With his last breath, he begs Kane, "Save my daughter. Do this, and your soul will be redeemed." Only after Kane swears does William die peacefully. His wife gives Kane a pocket watch, William's final gift. Driven by gratitude and love, Kane arms himself, dons his black cloak, and sets out after the demons. He's ambushed by cursed puppets, but dispatches them easily. Later, he finds villagers being led like cattle. He frees them, but Meredith isn't among them. For 3 days, he tracks the trails, every lead dead. Night falls. He stumbles upon a ruined church. Inside, Christ on the cross watches silently. Kane drops to his knees, whispering a prayer. A figure emerges behind him. Kane spins and catches the man mid-strike. The stranger claims to be a priest, this church his haven. Darkness settles outside. The priest speaks of horrors he once saw, but his eyes betray madness. Suddenly, strange sounds echo. Kane prepares for a fight. But the priest warns, the demons are already here. He leads Kane to a hidden cellar. In the torchlight, Kane sees them, twisted, cursed beings. He moves to strike, but the priest stops him. They were once human, he says, just cursed. Kane hesitates. Then the priest shoves him in. Kane battles for his life as the monsters swarm. Just then, a mysterious figure enters, killing the priest. Kane grabs his sword and fights through the horde. He sees light, an exit. He bolts. The monsters chase him, but the moment moonlight hits them, they scream and retreat. No time to rest. A new group appears, the masked villain's followers. To Kane's shock, it's the same 3 bandits. They mock him again. 5 seconds later, only one remains. Kane grabs him, demanding Meredith's location. The bandit laughs. Meredith is dead. Rage takes over. Kane kicks him into the cellar, feeds him to the cursed. Then collapses before a statue of an angel. He's lost her, and his last chance at redemption. Why had God forsaken him? Broken, Kane turns to drink. He drinks to forget. One night, 2 old crewmates find him. They beg him to lead a rebellion. But Kane says the man they want is gone, just a drunk haunted by loss. That same night, he's captured. The masked villain crucifies him, nails through flesh and bone. Kane doesn't scream, not from bravery. He already feels dead inside. Rain falls, washing over him, body and soul. Then, a miracle. A wagon passes by with prisoners. Meredith is among them. Their eyes meet, and Kane's strength returns. He tears free from the cross. A puppet attacks. He's too weak to fight. But his old allies appear, saving him. When he wakes, a witch stands over him. She's a healer, and a seer. Once healed, Kane leads his men through the sewers, toward a castle. His childhood home, now corrupted. His father died here. Now he'll save Meredith, and avenge his kin. As they emerge, the witch reappears, waiting. Before she speaks, Kane hurls his sword, impaling her. Cursed soldiers erupt, clashing with Kane's crew. Their faith gives them the edge. But the castle gates open, out walks the masked villain. Kane's true enemy. They clash violently, until Kane is knocked down. But it's a ruse. He kicks backward through a door, disappearing into the halls. Using childhood memories, he navigates to a hidden dungeon. There, he finds his father, alive, but aged. Bitterness fades. Kane apologizes, he never meant to harm his brother. But the truth is worse. The curse began from a mistake between his father and brother. The boy survived, but was broken. Desperate, the father summoned a sorcerer. He revived the child, dragged from death's door. But disfigured, masked, and twisted, he gave in to evil. He became the puppet master. Kane's brother is the masked villain. To end the curse, his father asks Kane to kill him. Knowing he's the root, Kane prepares to finish it. In the grand hall, he finds Meredith. And the sorcerer, ghostly, runes etched across his face. He vanishes after a few cryptic words. Kane frees Meredith. But a blade impales him, lifting him. The masked brother has arrived. Kane pleads, but the boy he knew is gone. He tells Meredith to run. The sorcerer reveals the truth, Meredith was a pawn. Kane was the true sacrifice. Behind him, a mirror glows. Inside, a demon stirs, starving for a soul. Meredith's blood will release it, and damn Kane forever. Desperate, Kane begs his brother, stand with me. But darkness reigns. They fight, Kane lands 2 blades in his brother, but it's useless. He's thrown across the room. He tears off the mask. Then grabs a torch launcher, engulfs him in fire, ending it. Meanwhile, the sorcerer cuts Meredith's hand, blood hits the mirror. The seal breaks. A molten demon steps out, ready to devour Kane. For the first time, Kane is afraid. He dodges, survives. Then faces the sorcerer, offering his soul to save Meredith. The demon looms. But Meredith breaks free, throws the sorcerer aside. Kane takes the shot, kills him. Blood splashes the mirror. A surge of power erupts, pulling the demon and Kane's sins into the abyss. It's done. William had spoken true. The priest hadn't forsaken Kane, God was waiting. Kane returns Meredith to her mother. But the war isn't over. Evil never sleeps. And so, Kane walks once more. Not for gold. Not for revenge. But to complete the mission heaven gave him. Kindly support my small channel by clicking like and subscribe. Thank you.